everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey, another episode of Talk and Ride. So this occurred to me today. I was talking with a friend about relationships, and I think I've done a video on this before, talking about self-awareness, but I want to focus on self-awareness in the moment. So, for example, you're on the phone and you're having a discussion with your significant other, or it could be just a platonic or familial relationship. And so you're having a discussion and you're noticing that your breathing has changed. You notice that your breathing has changed and that you have tensed up. And this is really crucial in relationships. So everything is going really smooth. You're talking about your day or some event that happened to you, whether it could be a good thing or it could be not so good. Or it could just be a little hiccup in your day. You know, those things that are on a continuum where in the bigger scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. But then you have those things where it does matter. So let's just, because this is a relationship channel, let's just talk about relationships. So you're having a discussion with your significant other about what you're going to do for the weekend. That's a good one. You're going to do for the weekend, and you don't really have any plans yourself, and he wants to take you to an upscale restaurant, and he wants to wear a suit and a tie, and you kind of just want to chill at some franchise restaurant, right? I mean, most upscale restaurants, they might not be franchises, but they have more than one location, usually located in big cities. New York, Atlanta, or some other big and up-and-coming place, Chicago. So, you know, he wants to wear a suit, he wants to wear a tie, and you just want to wear some casual stuff, whatever casual is to you. Upscale casual, though, like maybe business casual, but he wants to wear a suit. And so you're like, well, I really don't want to do that, and he's making all the arrangements. And so you find yourself tightening up and you find yourself breathing deeply. You're in the moment. So he's telling you what he would like to do for this weekend, which is something different than you both usually do. And he wants to, and he's going to arrange everything, but you don't feel like that. And so you're having a back and forth discussion about it. And he says to you, just let me handle it. And then you get an attitude because you don't like the tone in which he's used to tell you, just let me handle it. And so you're like, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to get dressed up. I don't feel like that. And like I said, you're tensing up and your breathing has changed. So you went from a very relaxed state talking to your man, husband, or your man, mated partner, and now you're tense and your breathing has changed. It's short, and you have to regulate yourself in that moment and say to yourself, I'm trying to control things. I'm trying to control things. I'm trying to control things. This man is making all the arrangements. And if he's making all the arrangements, more than likely, he is going to pay for everything. It's like, get a hold of yourself, young lady. Get a hold of yourself. He's a good man. He wants to handle everything. He wants to get dressed up. Basically, a suit and tie is dressed up to me. I don't know about you, but in today's climate, a suit and a tie is dressed up. He wants to get dressed up, and what he's really saying is, I want to spend time with you and I want to show you off. I want to spend time with you and I want to show you off. And what what he's also saying is, I'm tired of looking at you in those casual clothes that you like to wear. I want to do something different, something that we haven't done in a couple of months or maybe a couple of weeks. So that is what I'm talking about, self-awareness in the moment. You realize that in the moment you might be trying to control things. You realize in the moment that your breathing has changed and that your body has tensed up. So that lets you know that you're trying to control things. Now, for other people, that's me. I'm speaking of, those are my physical symptoms when I'm trying to control things or when I'm being triggered. My breathing changes from relaxed breath to tension, and I don't know if it's easy for you to do, but it's easy for me to feel my body in the moment. And I think that might have something to do with me dancing really all of my life. I started dancing or taking dance classes when I was 13 at the Dance Theater of Harlem. And even up until the pandemic 4 years ago, I was taking ballet classes, and I took some last summer as well. But it seems like skating has taken over the dance part. But I like to do both, so I'm gonna see how I can incorporate both. So I digress. So that's what I'm saying about being self-aware in the moment of how you are. So self-awareness has to do with the I think the 5, what do they call them? The 5 questions of who, what, where, when, how. Who, what, where, when, and how. I think self-awareness comes in, answers those questions, but it answers those questions rapidly, very quickly. You know what, you know how to answer those questions. And it takes practice. It takes practice to be able to answer those questions in a split second or a minute. So as you are feeling what you're feeling, you're asking yourself, why do I feel that way? How does that make me feel? Why am I responding that way? When do I respond that way? And all of those questions, 5 questions, might not be applicable in that particular instance or in that particular situation, but sometimes they are. And then you have to talk yourself down off the cliff. Once you say, I'm feeling tense and my breathing is quick, rapid, intense. Why am I doing that? When does that usually happen? You get the point that I'm making? So that happened to me recently. I was the man I'm dating, my birthday is coming up, and he wanted to do something nice for me. And then I decided that I didn't really want to go along with the program. Very briefly, it was like for a second because he put me in my place. And so we had a really good laugh about it, but he put me in my place. And it wasn't condescending, it wasn't mean, it was gentle, but it cut through my slightly control issue at that moment. So I say that to let you know that even though I've been on this journey since 2019, I still, revert back. But the beauty of it is that it doesn't take me long. I can do it in the moment. I can self-regulate in the moment. That's the other word, self-awareness and self-regulate. So those are 2 different things. Self-awareness that answers those 5 questions, maybe all of them in one situation or a couple of them in a particular situation. So you're not going to use all 5, who, what, where, when, and how in all of them in a situation, but you may use a couple of those questions and being able to answer them while you're in the moment. And to me, that's really, really key, to be able to answer them in the moment, because then you can de-escalate a situation if you can self-regulate in the moment. So self-aware, so you become aware of what you're doing in the moment, and then you can self-regulate in the moment too. So once you become aware in the moment, self-aware, when you become aware in the moment, you can also self-regulate in the moment. So if you get off the phone and you realize that you have escalated a situation that didn't really needed to be escalated, then humility steps in, and you must call that person up, apologize, sincerely apologize, and evaluate why you did what you did. So you're evaluating before you call them, because once you start apologizing and you said, I did it because, once you have a because in your apology, it no longer becomes an apology, it becomes a justification. And that's key. So I just wanted to share that with you about self-awareness and self-regulation in the moment. And maybe I'll do another video on self-regulation, but I think I got the point across about self-regulating in the moment. And it's based on self-awareness in the moment, and then you can self-regulate in the moment, because you have asked yourself all of the 5 questions, or a couple of the 5 questions, and then you can change your behavior while you're at it in the moment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And in May, we're going to have another coffee social. I'll let you know the date, coming up soon. Bye.